Tell me a ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely true.
Okay, so my first childhood home, uh, it was crazy haunted. It wasn't like Amityville horror level, but it was at least, let's say, 5 out of 10, 5.5 out of 10. My siblings had experiences, my mom had experiences. I'm not sure my father did. I did. There was a time like my older siblings, three of them, used to there was be in the basement. And it was time when my second oldest brother mentioned that, he was chased by a ghost that had a noose. And my older brother told me about a moment he had, which I actually do remember him hearing him telling everyone else about it, that like he woke up in the middle of the night and there was some like a shadow figure standing over him, and he just like started hovering over his bed, which I think a lot of people experience, at least, levitating over their bed. I know I have in my second childhood home a few times, but it was like nothing evil or nefarious that made that happen. I feel like that's something that people kind of naturally could do. um, my other brother had experience. My full blood brother had experience of like our parents moved their room to my old nursery room, and that room, it definitely had like some weird energies in it. My brother opened the closet door and he saw himself, and he said hi to him, like his clone self said hi to him, and then he freaked out and then ran. um my experience, like, okay, so first I'm saying me, my brother, and my oldest nephew experience. My nephew is 2 years younger than me, so my mom made us sandwiches. So she told us to go to the bathroom and wash our hands. So we did that. So we left out the bathroom, and then next thing you know, like the faucet comes back on, and then we assumed that our nephew forgot to turn it off, and he was like, "Oh, I did turn it off. You forgot to turn it off." So then I go in there and then I turn it off and then I walk out and then it turns back on. So then we're looking at each other. I'm like, it's like we still didn't believe it, even though like it happened. So I walk back in. I'm like, okay. So I turn it off. I walk out. It turned back on. Walk back in there. I turn it off, and I stood there, and it turned back on right in my face. So then I bolted, and then we all ran. This experience, was like very scary. I had a dream. Like, it seemed like it was a normal dream. Still today, I still have dreams of where spirits, I will encounter those that I could tell they're not alive. Like, yeah, we will encounter some people in our dreams, but you could tell who is actually a ghost wandering around in the dream realm. And I know all of us experience that. In this dream, it seemed like normal. I couldn't remember the details, but I just remember this part where next thing you know, there's this old woman, very scary, very creepy looking, just straight up dead. Like, she didn't give a rat's ass that she made it known that she was dead. It was right in my face. And I freaked out and I woke up, and then I opened my eyes slowly, and then she's right in my face, sitting on my bed. And I'm like, fuck. So I went under the covers, and it was so hot. I knew it was like, it had been the summertime. Maybe it was winter because like there's no way we would have like the heat on during summer. So because it was very very hot in my covers, I was suffocating, but I was too scared to pull myself from under the covers. I just couldn't do it. So I waited at least like 3, 4, 5 minutes, and I'm just like sweating under there, and I just slowly pull my covers. My brother, we was sharing the same room, so he was like, in his bed, and there was like, she was gone. Like, it seemed like experiences started to become more and more crazy before we moved out. uh so my brother moved into my old nursery room and I stayed in that current room, and I remember this time so vividly because like around that time the Spawn movie came out. So and I just kept hearing like something was walking by like my bed and stuff. And then my brother, he was actually freaking out one night. Like he was crying, banging on my mom's bedroom door, my parents' bedroom door. My dad, I believe he was down south visiting family. So it was just like us three and well actually I would say like us four because my second oldest brother was still living there and he was crying and then she's telling him to go to bed, sleep in your own bed. And I'm like, yeah, just come on, because like I know he's freaked out. I am. We all had experiences, so I let him like sleep in bed with me, and took us a while to fall asleep because I don't know what he was experiencing in there for him to be crying. Um, and we heard creaking right before we fell asleep, and we just decided to just ignore it. And yeah, but like I say, my second childhood home, which had a lot more better memories. There was definitely experiences, and my mom had experiences there, but it wasn't anything crazy and whatnot. And there was times when in the reflection of TV, I would see some guy walking from our playroom, our game room, into the kitchen, and I would hear my name being called. But it was like at least it was less craziness that happened there, which is my dad's current house that he owns. But I never really sensed anything nuts going there. We're currently actually doing remodeling in that area. It's a first floor of the house. So, but yeah.